Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and this is the next video wherein we are going to take a look on Nifty. Yes, we're going to be discussing some certain points about the Nifty, that how exactly the market is performing, what exactly the overall structure that has been going on, what's the sentiment. So today is the 2nd of August and we're going to be witnessing certain things that we had seen today itself. Well, market was quite a bit volatile today, and we had seen pretty much like both sides of the movement. So it's basically because of the volatility that has been going on as compared to the previous days, because yesterday itself I believe that India VIX was moving at the price of around 17. But today, if you will just take a look, what's the price of India VIX is, it's 18.5. So that means there is a little bit of, increment that has happened, and that's the reason volatility is going on, and we have been seeing, both sides of the movement in the Nifty. So pretty much there is also one point which I wanted to mention over here, that I was observing today. So right around, 3 o'clock, I was just checking up the premiums prices. So basically just because of the red candles that were formed just right after 3 o'clock, as you can see the size of the red candle that was formed around 3 o'clock, it's basically of, let me just take a look that how many points were captured in this particular 15 minutes candle. You can see that 69 points. So that's a big candle. If you will just take as compared to the normal candle. So basically that led to the fact that the premiums were getting just spiked. I mean, just all of a sudden the prices of the premiums were getting got increased by really with an amazing way. And all of my profits that I was having, just like I was trying to capture like 2-3 points from that particular option that I shorted. So basically profit was eroded from that particular premium. So yeah, that was the sign which I was witnessing, and that was clearly observing that even if the market is moving like 20-30 points, it's been actually just giving a good spike in the premium. So that's pretty much happened in the volatile market. And if we'll just take the overall look of the Nifty's movement, the price wherein it got open today, it's actually gave the closing around the same level. But yes, talking about a good sign, if you will just say that market actually closed right above that particular level, so that means it's able to sustain the higher levels, and that's a good sign for us if the market is able to sustain the higher levels. So pretty much both sides of the movement had happened. If you can just take a look that in the 15-minute chart, so pretty much market fell down from the initial point, and then it tried to came back, and then there was a swing that was made around the price of 17,240, and then all of a sudden there was a good upside movement till the price of 371, 17,371. So it was pretty much like as 100 points of movement that had happened today. So yeah, overall net to net, if we'll just take it's just a volatile market, and suddenly all of a sudden it came back in just a matter of like 45 minutes. But the good sign is that it gave the closing right above the level from the opening price. So you can see that overall it was a flat market today. 0.03% is just a nothing, and just overall like 5.40 percentage 5.4 points of movement that we had seen. So yeah, even if we'll just take a look on the opening price, it was pretty much like as a flat opening. So yeah, that was basically because of the Nasdaq movement. I was just okay, so there was a point which I wanted to mention over here, that Nasdaq is kind of was taking a rejection from the point of 13,000 yesterday, and that's pretty much like happened, and because of which it fall down a little bit, and that's the reason so yeah, it's the good sign is that it did not fall like just drastically. It was just a little bit of rejection that it was taking from the 13,000 point. As you can see that right now it is hovering around the price of 13,000 itself. Right now it's 13,051. So I was just thinking that if it's just taking the rejection of like 150 points, so that's a good sign. It's gonna definitely come back, and it's definitely gonna try once again. And if it's gonna cross the level of 13,000 this time, it definitely we can say that clearly it's gonna be an upside market, and that's what we have been witnessing today. And tomorrow itself, if we'll just take a look right now, the SGX price is really amazing, 17,423. So that's clearly indication that we're going to be witnessing gap up opening, and that to be like 100 points of gap up. So that's a good sign. The market, it's not so it's just trying to take a rejection around this particular price, but actually what's going on, the reason it's being it's taking this kind of a volatile movement and having some rejection around this particular price, and just because of the previous okay, so let me just open up on my screen, and basis on that will be a better way to discuss about this particular volatility that has been going on in the market. So as you can see that this particular price range starting from the 17,000 till the point of 17,460 and 500 is definitely a good volatile market that we had witnessed in the previous days. You can see that amount of time it had spent around this particular price range. It's really you can just say that there has been like a good amount of time that was spent by the market. So even if the market is coming back to this particular price range, I have been thinking that it's gonna take some time. It's gonna spend some time around this particular price range. So even if it's not taking the rejection as of now around this particular price range, definitely it's gonna just go for the retracement a little bit. So right now, as you can see that it's not showing any kind of a negative sign, but pretty much I have been thinking that for this particular expiry we may see a little bit of rejection. Maybe on this particular Thursday itself we will see the market taking a rejection, and then it's gonna fall a little bit. But as of now, we can just go with the market. I mean, we don't really have to think much. We can just go with the upside movement that has been going on in the market. So as you can see that continuous green candles that has been made in the market. So basically 1 2 3, okay, so that's a 4-hour. Okay, so let me just open up the chart. Okay, so you can see that the amount of the gap ups and the green candles that are formed, it's like continuous 1 2 3 4 5. So 5 green candles consecutively or day on day we are seeing that the gap ups, and then it's again able to sustain the higher levels, and then again also in the live market it's showing the upside rally. So that's a good sign. That's clearly the indication that market is going on the upper side, because that's how the stocks are going to be able to perform, and that's how our portfolio is going to grow. That's a good sign to earn good amount of money. But at the same time, it's also a negative sign, because there has to be a little bit of retracement. There has to be a little bit of price action formed. Otherwise, all of a sudden it's going to show a red candle, and maybe there is going to be a huge gap down, or maybe in the live market itself we'll see 100 200 300 points of downside rally. That's not going to be a good sign, and that's not going to be a good thing for us. But yeah, at the same time, we can just also just try to catch up with the things like how exactly the market is performing. So what we can think of, like, if we will just have to go for the confirmation, then yes, the selling has started. So basically we can just go ahead and look at the swings that has been made in the previous day. So basis upon that, we can just take the confirmations. So as you can see that right now the market has shown this kind of a swing right at the price of 240, 17,240. So if let's just imagine if tomorrow, though tomorrow is going to be a gap up, but at the same time, if we will just have to give a confirmation towards the selling side, then we can just take the level of swing. So right at the price of 17,240, if the market's going to fall down a little bit and it starts going to give a little bit of price action movement and going to cross this particular level, then we can go ahead and short the calls. I mean, we can just go ahead and for the selling side from this particular price range, and then again we can go back to the previous day, and if it's going to give the closing just below the swing which was formed on the previous day, basis upon that we can go ahead and go plan for the selling. But as of now, market is trending and it's going on the upper side. Even tomorrow also there is going to be a gap up, so market's going to open up around this particular price range. So what I've been thinking is that maybe there will be a profit booking, like if you have witnessed yesterday itself, there was a profit booking of like 80-90 points which we had seen yesterday. You can see the size of this particular candle that was formed just in the very first 15 minutes. So basically so the size of this particular candle, so as you can see the high and the low which was formed, so high was 17,244 and the low was 17,154. So pretty much like as 80-90 points of movement that was there in the very first 15 minutes. So that was just because of the huge gap up that was made in the market, and because of which the profit booking got started. And maybe tomorrow as well we can witness this kind of a similar thing. If there is going to be a huge gap up, then we can all of a sudden can plan for the just profit booking, because we are just 2 days left for the expiry. So maybe a little bit of strange movement we can witness in tomorrow's and the day after tomorrow's market. So yeah, talking about the gap up, we can just go for the a little bit of selling at the very first half, and then maybe market's gonna try to retrace a little bit, in the second half. That may be something which we can witness. And tomorrow, if there is, I don't think as there is no flat opening, so basically we can just go for the gap up. We can just plan accordingly that there is going to be a gap up, and basis on that we can take our trades. So yeah, what I've been thinking is 17,500 is something which is gonna act as a rejection point. Maybe market started gonna come back a little bit on the downside. It's not really possible that 17,500 is gonna be crossed all of a sudden, and market's gonna just shoot up to the point of higher levels. That's something which is not possible. But at the same time, if we just take a look on the FIs and DIs data, we can see continuous buying happening from their side. So that may be the case that market is gonna shoot up a little bit on this particular expiry as well, but that's not what I think. I believe that there has to be a little bit of profit booking and healthy price action that has to be formed. Otherwise, it's just the one side movement, and that's what I don't think it's gonna happen from my experience. So you can see that net to net, if we will just say that buying is pretty much strong. I mean, it's happening like consecutively from the FIs and DIIs. So even just take a look on the today's data. So today's data is pretty much saying that just the buying was there from DIs and the FIs. So net to net, it was 942 crores of buying that was done in today's live market. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And so talking about the price range, I mean, just talking about the safe strangle that I've been thinking, and maybe tomorrow itself I'll just go for that. 17,000 is something which I'm going to be shorting, because I don't think that's going to be having good price or good premium. But at the same time, I'll try to just short that particular level just in the morning, 17,000. And maybe till the end of the day, I will just carry that particular position. And from the upper side, I'm not going to be just I'm not just going to short any kind of a level tomorrow. I mean, from the upper side, I'll definitely take a look on the market's movement, and then I will try accordingly. But yes, if we'll just go for the safe strangle, I believe that 17,800 is going to be a safe one as of now from today's market, because 500 is definitely going to act as a good resistance point. So net to net, if we'll just take a look on the sector wise, pretty much most of the stocks, like most of the sectors, metal was kind of a bit flat. Energy was 1% high. Talking about energy, it performed very well yesterday as well. Auto is also kind of performing really very well these days. Reality was hit by like 1.69, it was in red, and IT was also kind of a little bit on the red side. So pretty much, overall it was a good day. Just a volatility was there in the market. As you can see, the India VIX price, it's 18.53. That's a high price, and that's the reason premiums were not getting decayed easily, and that's not a good sign for the option sellers. So that's overall analysis. That's the only point which I wanted to share with you. So pretty much overall it was a good day. I'm hoping this expiry is also going to be a good one for all of us. Maybe we'll be able to capture some good points, and we'll be able to earn some good money. So yeah, that's it from my side. I hope you like the analysis. I hope you like the discussion as well. So yeah, thanks for your time, and that's pretty much it. See you next time.